Hey guys, listen, I just want to tell you thanks for coming out. Welcome to Pep Talks. Give yourself a round of applause for showing up today and supporting these great speakers. I'd like to personally thank some of my friends and family as well as supporters, those that came out and sponsored me with a ticket and showed up today. I want you guys to leave with 3 takeaways today. The first takeaway is I want you to kind of grasp and understand and know a little bit more about yourself and kind of come into more of who you are and your true identity. The second thing is I'd like for you guys to understand a little bit more about mental and emotional wellness. And the third thing, I want you to leave here today challenging yourself to make yourself a better person by simply just being who you are. Trust me, it can happen. Now, how did I come up with the title today with True Identity? Well, I want to tell you a little bit of a story. You see, about 2010, over almost going on 8 years ago, 7 years ago, I had an actual mental and emotional breakdown. And I was diagnosed with bipolar, and I actually spent about 3 years in a mental facility, one of the most prominent mental facilities here in the state of Colorado, in Pueblo. Now, I don't know if they're still prominent, but I learned a lot from it. And one of the things I did learn, if you have somebody in your family, or you have somebody that you know that is faced with a mental and emotional challenge, I want to set the record straight right now. Words like crazy, lose your mind, snapped, that they're out of it, those kind of words are dismissive. It doesn't define who they are. All right? So, what I do want to tell you, though, is when you say those words, you're actually misconstruing the actual treatment plan. There is successful recovery as well as stability. Now, I had thousands of hours of counseling, and I've also given thousands of hours of counseling as a life coach, certified. And one of the things I learned, and you guys can look it up, it's called DBT skills. How many people know what DBT skills are? All right. Well, today, I want to share with you some of those DBT skills, and one of the DBT skills is the 3 mindsets. There are 3 mindsets that we actually operate, and one of the mindsets are, many of you guys might have just saw the fight last week, or 2 weeks ago. Floyd Mayweather, is it Shane or Conor McGregor? Conor. Well, if you look at these 2 guys, can everybody see them okay? What state do you think they're in? They're in an emotional mind state. And what a lot of times we do in our emotional mind states is we don't actually claim our emotions. One of the things you have to do when you're in an emotional mind state like that, or even fearful or sad, you want to claim your emotions. Because when you claim your emotions, there's a little thing in your brain called the amygdala. Now, what that amygdala does is when you speak the actual emotion, it decreases the emotion. It doesn't take it away, but it does decrease the emotion. So maybe these 2 guys could have said, I'm very upset with you right now. Why don't we go in the back and talk? But no, they had a different mindset. And one of the things when I came out of my facility that I had to get over was shame. Because what shame does, it takes away your courage to deal with reality. So, emotional mindset, we're going to kind of just declare that we're not going to run and hide in our lives for our emotional mind. So on the count of 3, I want you to repeat after me. You're going to say, don't run and hide. Second. Now, anybody know this one? It's what? Close. Right. Wise mind. A person with a wise mind will realize, because I say that's not true. A person with a wise mind will realize, wait a minute, things that make people successful, things that make people have money has their own personality trait to it. I can't duplicate you. You were made from your own image. So why am I going to try to follow someone just because they got something that I want? So what makes a person successful? What makes a person that has money, that makes them millionaires? Okay, I'll tell you. We got a guy here, he's at the safety deposit box. He's counting his money for him. Looks like a lot of money. He might feel he's a little successful, but he's not an emotional mind. He's not in wise mind too much, because if you think long, sometimes you think wrong, you can overthink things. He's in reasonable mind. That's the third mindset, reasonable mind. Reasonable mind will let you, as a person, think rationally and logically. A reasonable mind person will say, hey, when things are going great, they're not always that great. But when things are going bad, like if I trip over this cord and fall over today, but I'm not, they're not always at their worst. Right? So, real quick, on reasonable mind, this guy's counting his money. He knows he got the Benjamins. He knows, hey, listen, I got to think clearly, make sure everything's right. A reasonable mind will ask questions. A reasonable mind will also listen. It's just what it is. You can reason with a reasonable mind. Why? Because a person that is in reasonable mind, he'll listen. Recognizing all three of these mindsets, how can they make you a better person? How can it bring you true identity? Or at least bring you closer to who you are? Well, I'm going to tell you. When you recognize your mindsets, you literally are able to deal with reality a little bit better. It gives you the sense of feeling that you're under control a little bit more. It also helps you improve your quality of life. It's important. We all want a better quality of life. This is very important. If you know somebody that has a mental illness or emotional illness, and they're going through recovery, I suggest you give them a recovery plan. Many people have businesses, and they write what? A business plan. Well, why would we write a recovery plan for your mental and emotional wellness? Doesn't that make sense? How many people you know that you can go home and say, hey, listen, I've been having problems this last month, this last 6 months, the bill's been bad, this is what I'm doing. I'm logging my emotions, I'm writing a gratitude list, I have a 6-month plan on how I want to recover out of this funk, I have a 3-year plan of where I want to be in 3 years from a mental standpoint. What do I want to contribute to, who I want to contribute to, and why? And not only that, you can literally have resources. My father-in-law, when I got out and I started doing all the counseling, one of the things I was told was reach out to those that are close to you, that love you, and those that are important, and give them your plan. Say, hey, look, this is what I'm going to do. They hold you accountable. They literally have your contact numbers, facility numbers, your local churches, your local meetings, your local, right? So I came out today and I didn't have shame. And I deregulated my emotion because I know who I am. I have my true identity. And I call myself the life changer. You know why? Because I changed the number one life in this world to me, and that's my own. And I think I qualify.